Well, welcome back to another episode of Travel News for Sunday, August 22nd, 2021. Four stories for this episode. That includes Tropical Storm Henri, which is currently slamming the East Coast, New England area. Snow in Wyoming in the middle of August. Jackson Hole, Wyoming Visitor Center is closed yet again. And an upcoming free admission day from the National Park Service. If you're new to this channel and to this series of travel news videos, I'm your host, Robert Witham. I scour the news for stories of interest to travelers and those who love the great outdoors so you don't have to. And I keep you apprised of what's going on out there. Well, our first story today is about Tropical Storm Henri. It's been more than 30 years since New England experienced a direct hit from a hurricane. The last big hurricane hit in New England was Hurricane Bob in 1991. Tropical Storm Henri was upgraded to a hurricane, was been downgraded again to a tropical storm as of early Sunday morning. The Tropical Storm Henri is arriving in New England this weekend. Rain has actually arrived over southern New England already on this morning, on Sunday morning. Winds are expected to increase as landfall approaches. To give you an idea of how seriously local residents are taking this, Connecticut has closed all state campgrounds until at least Monday. Also in Connecticut, the governor on Sunday implemented a travel ban on I-95 that affects empty tractor trailers, tandem tractor trailers, and motorcycles. So I said Henri was downgraded to a tropical storm from hurricane early on this morning. Impacts are still expected to be significant, however, and some of those impacts include torrential rain, strong winds, and storm surge to coastal areas. So use caution if you're in that area, especially if you're traveling and don't have a home base there. If you're on the road, you know it's possible to run into some flooding or some other basically impassable weather conditions. And moving west to Wyoming, where I'm at right now, Wyoming saw snow overnight, Saturday into Sunday morning. The accumulation was minor, per National Weather Service in Riverton, and it was observed on Togwitty Pass, which is just outside of Jackson Hole, at 9,659 feet. So it's high elevation snow, didn't amount to a whole lot, but it did happen. Colorado also had some snow in their high peaks the last few days of this week when the cold front was going through, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So not really uncommon weather for the mountains, but it is kind of, I guess, an early signal that fall is going to be approaching finally, which can be a welcome relief for a lot of people with as hot as it's been this summer. But we are starting to see some snow in higher elevations in the Rockies. Speaking of Jackson Hole, the Jackson Hole and Greater Yellowstone Visitor Center has been closed once again as Teton County once again moves to the red risk level for COVID. The visitor center was reopened only in June following a lengthy pandemic-related closure. Limited services will still be offered outside of the visitor center if you're in that area, but the building itself will be closed to public visitors. Teton County is currently seeing 16 new cases per day, a count that I'm sure makes many regions of the country and the world envious, but still it's a 135% increase since the average 2 weeks ago, so they decided to go ahead and close because they're now in their red risk level. And from National Park Service, the National Park Service is celebrating its 105th anniversary on August 25th this year. So that would be, I think that's Wednesday, middle of this week coming up anyways. This is something to celebrate. Our National Park Service is 105 years old. This is something many other countries do not enjoy, and I hear from viewers in other countries on a somewhat regular basis, and they often talk about how they don't have the national parks and public lands system that we do here in the U.S. So we're really fortunate to have that, and so it is worth celebrating. There's always things we can complain about it or criticize, and things that we think they could do better, but it still is something to celebrate that we even have this national park and public land system in the U.S. As part in observation of their 105th anniversary of the National Park Service, they're offering free admission to all 423 national park sites, which includes national parks and national monuments and some other sites as well. And that's on August 25th. You may want to arrive early, considering how busy national parks and national monuments have been this year. Just last week, I went to Devil's Tower National Monument in the Black Hills area in northeast Wyoming with a family who were visiting from out of town, and a couple of daughter-in-laws and grandkids from here in Wyoming. We had a great time, and I will tell you though, the Devil's Tower National Monument, which by the way is America's first national monument, set aside as a national monument by President Roosevelt, but as our first national monument, it was packed. And we were there on a weekday and it was packed. So that's kind of been a theme all year long in national parks and national monuments and other popular public land areas. So just want to be aware of, if you're going, you may want to go early. I'm sure that no fee day will bring even more people than normal into the parks. A lot of these national parks and national monuments are not cheap anymore. A lot of them are $20, $25, $30 for a vehicle to get in. So I'm sure the no fee day will encourage visitors. Meanwhile, there will be 2 more free entrance days in 2021 for national parks and national monuments. The next one after August 25th will be National Public Lands Day on September 25th, and then again on Veterans Day on November 11th. Well, thanks for joining me for this episode of Travel News. Hope you found this informative and helpful and entertaining. And if you're not subscribed already, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you've not done that already. And if you're interested in the nomadic lifestyle, you may want to check out my online course, Nomad Lifestyle 101, which covers all the basics of what you need to be successful as a nomad. I think it'll save you a ton of frustration and a ton of money, and it'll let you hit the ground or hit the road with a good foundation and a solid set of understanding of what you need to know to be successful as a nomad in the 21st century. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one.